Good evening and welcome to another edition of Crappy Cooking. As you can tell by the accent, I'm going to do something Italian. First I'm going to have a drink of Orinoco Milk Stout from the Dry Grape Brewing Company, lovely 6%. I'm going to do a tomato risotto, which can be used as a base. So if you want to put meat in it or fish in it, I don't know what the official stance is in Italy on putting certain things together, but I'm just going to do what I want. Blacker than Satan's heart. Que bella. Right, I'm going to get cracking. So.
What? Rum and beer?
Yeah, I know. So, in this pan, I have, believe it or not, I've got ham stock, because that's what I wanted to use. And in this pan, I was just testing out the heat. On a medium heat, and I've got half an onion, 4 cloves of garlic, and an inch and a half of chilli. I would say finely chopped, but it's not finely chopped, it's roughly chopped small. And I've got a little bit of celery as well, just because I had celery in the fridge. 2 vine tomatoes, some tomato puree. Cheddar's not very Italian, but cheddar will do. And some grana padano, which is similar to parmesan. Right, first thing I'm going to do, believe it or not, I'm going to put that in the stock, because that'll give that sort of greenhouse taste. So, in a pan, some olive oil. You can use olive oil because it's not too hot. And I'm going to put some butter in as well, just because I'm a bit of a fatty. It's a good knob of butter. As you can see, it's not too hot.
Because you don't want to burn the olive oil, do you?
I don't want to burn the butter. And you don't want to burn olive oil, cause especially a nice tasting olive oil. You just ruin the flavour. So get your aromatics mix into there. Usual story, some salt. I'll put pepper in now, but you don't have to. I like a lot of pepper, I do. And with a wooden spoon, give that a coat. Want to get it all covered in the butter and oil mix. You want to cook that gently until it's translucent. So we'll come back when it's translucent. And by the magic of film, it'll be like, see, just like that. So after 3 minutes of gentle cooking, you can see how gentle that is. Really, I've got this on 3 out of 6 on an electric hob, so yeah, nice and gentle. So for the two of us, I'm putting in this much arborio rice. And you want to do the same for another 3 minutes. Get that nice and coated. Get every grain coated with oil. So let that get nice and coated in, so 3 minutes. Oh. Right, so at this stage I've got the heat back up relatively high. Stock's simmering away nicely. At this stage I would normally pour in a glass of white wine. But A, I don't have white wine. And B, I don't particularly like white wine, so I'm not going to buy a bottle of white wine just to have a glass. But for the sharpness, I'm going to use some apple cider vinegar and just 1 dessert spoon to do it. You don't need it. It's just for the sharpness. I mean, I dare say you could squeeze in a little bit of lemon juice or lime juice. They go with tomatoes, but So, got to that stage. Want to burn off any alcohol if you were using the wine. You want to reduce it right down. Stock simmering away nicely. So you then want to add some tomato puree. I've got about a dessert spoon left, so it's not much, but it's not even a dessert spoon. But
You could always use good old...
no. That's all I'm putting in. There we go. Give it a stir in. When you want to cook your tomato puree, I would put in more. But this is crappy cooking after all. So I would put in more, and you want, when you're cooking with tomato puree, you want to cook it a little bit out, we would say, in the catering industry. And it gets rid of that raw taste that I don't understand why you get in tomato puree, because it's cooked anyway. Right, so I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to put in 3 ladles full to start with. Give it a good stir in.
What heat is it at the moment?
That's 5 of 6.
Okay.
And basically, there's no rocket science to this. You keep stirring, you don't walk away. As it gets thicker, you add more stock and more stock.
What if you need to go and decorate a room or something? Have a shower or...
Well, then you're a
Paint your
fucking
nails.
idiot for not planning these things in advance. So I'm sure you don't need to watch all this. Now if you want to peel your tomatoes, seeing as you've got boiling stock on, take the middle out like this. Point with a knife, slash the top and into the boiling water. Okay? I'm not peeling mine.
Rebel.
Yeah, just keep adding your stock. And you want to do this for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes on a medium to high heat. Stirring all the time so it doesn't get stuck to the arse of the pan.
Okay.
Simple as that. Really that easy. Right, so I've turned the heat down on the stove, on the hob even. You don't want to have more liquid, any more liquid than this at any point during the cooking, other than the first couple of ladlefuls. So it's got to be thick, but not too thick. Now you see these risottos, or risotti I'd imagine is the correct Italian plural, I could be wrong. You see these served in restaurants in rings and they sit there. That's not risotto, that's stodge. So I'm going to let this sit for another couple of minutes, just cooking that way nicely. Stock's off. And I'm going to keep this at a relatively nice pouring consistency. Just going to put this in here. And I'm going to take it off the heat for a moment, and I'm going to cover it. Leaving the heat on just in case, but I'm going to cover this just to let it settle. Now, if you wanted to skin your tomatoes, that's fine. I couldn't be bothered. But what I am going to do, I'm going to take the seeds out. So you don't need. That's how you fillet a tomato, right? Cut it into a quarter along the bottom like that.
Why would you want to do that?
Because if you peel it and then chop that into fine dice, that's known as tomato concasse, and it's a nice garnish. So you don't need to see me doing both tomatoes, but don't discard this. I'll show you what to do with it in a minute. Right, because it's a tomato risotto, no point in wasting this. I'm going to chop this up really fine. At the end of the day, it's flavour. You could, if you wanted to, put it into a food processor or whiz it up.
And then what would you do with it?
It's going in the risotto. It's just this is getting chopped up roughly, and that's going to be getting diced and a bit more refined. Well, but what I'm going to do with this, a little sprinkling of sugar.
Sugar? You've lost your mind?
Nope. Believe it or not, I have not. Some salt.
Does that like neutralise the acid or something?
Don't know. And yeah, just chop this until this is a fine pulp. Right, so that's all minced up. Not minced up. Get it on the floor, that always helps. A lot of liquid in there. We did. Put it back on the heat. Now you can see the texture is just dropping. So put that in there. Cover it. It's on a low heat now. And next stage what to do is dice up your tomatoes. So cut them into strips like that. So don't need to watch me do this, so we'll come back.
I think there's some paint drying through the house. I could go and watch that.
Yeah, you could go and watch that, yeah. Right, I'm going to use a bit of spring onion just to give it a bit of colour, but you would put some basil through this perhaps.
Oh.
Right at the end. I don't have any basil. You could put some pesto in if you've got. Again, not important right now. So just have this on a low heat. Just so that you're warming that tomato through. Now, you want to check the seasoning. Needs pepper. Needs salt as well, but I'm going to be adding cheese to this, so cheese tends to be salty. So I ain't going to add salt yet. But you definitely don't want your risotto to be much thicker than this. It should fall from a spoon. It shouldn't just be like a stodgy broth pot.
Whenever I have risotto in a restaurant, it's always stodgy.
Yeah, well, disappointing then. So, don't know about the authenticity, but it doesn't matter. This is crappy cooking, not authentic Italian cooking. Putting a good bit of cheese in this. Because let's face it, cheese and tomato goes very well.
So does cheese and cucumber.
God, that sounds positively awful.
And salad cream on bread.
Cheese and salad cream, yes. Cucumber, no. Cucumber's only good for one thing. It's not something I would use it for.
To leave that to your imagination.
Yeah. This is really quite cheesy now, a bit like my sense of humour.
to say something else.
No, I give that a wash today. Oh. I'm going to put that on at the end. So, check the seasoning is okay. A little bit more salt. I'm not going to, but you could finish this with another little bit of butter just to give it a shine. That's got enough. I'm just putting another wee drop of stock in there. Now, obviously ham and tomato goes very well, so you can either use ham stock or chicken stock and start off with pancetta. Oh, plenty there.
Don't need it all. Well, your pal wants a wee taste, doesn't he? You're gonna fling it out the window for him tomorrow.
Fuck 'em.
Well, I don't want any more.
There's no meat in there, so. Finish this with a little bit of celery leaves. See if you moan you're hungry after this, or go for a bar of chocolate. We're having words. Right.
You've always got to finish off with something sweet, you know?
That's why I lie with you on the couch. Right. Some cheese. Cheese. And just to make it look pretentious as hell, a little bit of Bellissimo, which I think is Chinese for Happy New Year. So, crappy cooking, tomato risotto. Crappy cooking.
What's the verdict?
It's nice. Yeah, I put too much cheese in. Is there such a thing as too much cheese though? What did you think?
Delicioso. Bellissimo.
Why are you speaking in Filipino when we just made some in Italian?
Was that Italian? I didn't think it was.
I don't know. It was good. First time I've made a risotto in over 10 years. Maybe even longer. Yeah, give it a bash. It's easy done. Happy crappy cooking.